Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming my makeup routine or my everyday makeup routine, whatever you want to call it. This is just the makeup that I do whenever I'm getting ready to go out with my friends. Anytime that I usually put on makeup, this is typically what I will do. So yeah, the reason I look completely different from the thumbnail is because I actually filmed this video yesterday, I believe. Yeah, yesterday. And today I was clearing out my SD card and I thought I was clearing out a different video, but I actually ended up clearing out my makeup video that I had filmed. So now I'm getting ready and me and my sister are going to go pick up some stuff for another video, so I thought why not just go ahead and film this while I'm getting ready. And plus I just picked up the powder that I ran out of, so now I actually have like all of my products. So the first thing I always start off with is skincare. Usually I always like wash my face, but I'm kind of not in a hurry, but just not really trying to wash my face. So I'm just going to be using the First Aid Beauty facial radiance pads, and I'm just going to take one of these just to kind of tone my skin and just get off any little bits of dirt and stuff that I have on my skin from last night when I washed my face. I'm also just going to use some hand sanitizer real quick. I usually like to use this, but I'm running out. Most of the time I'll just wash my hands, but like I said, I'm being really lazy today, so I'm just gonna use some hand sanitizer instead. And then my skincare usually always is different, but today I'm gonna be using this anti-wrinkle boosting serum. I'm just gonna take about 2 pumps of that, and I'm just gonna put this all over my skin. Then I'm gonna go in with my favorite moisturizer ever. This is just the Walmart version of the Pond's Dry Skin Cream. That is my favorite moisturizer. I tend to just get the Walmart version because it's cheaper and it's the same, but this moisturizer is so good. So if you have any dry patches or anything like this, I recommend to exfoliate your skin and then put this on, and your makeup will literally look so smooth. And then this is something new that I'm adding. I've had this moisturizer for a really long time, but I'm adding sunscreen into my skincare routine because I know it's really good to use sunscreen and it's really bad if you don't use it, but sometimes I just forget or I just don't feel like it. But I'm gonna try to get better at it, so I'm just putting some of this little sunscreen on my skin. So now I have my face prepped. Now we can get into the actual makeup portion. So for my primer, this is something that does kind of switch a lot, but recently I've been using the Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer by Ciat London. I think that's how you say it. I have been just using this one. I don't know why, but I just keep returning to it. So this is the one that I've been using for the past couple of times that I've been doing my makeup. So this is just what we're going to use today, and I'm just going to rub this in. I've been really into hydrating my skin because just with the cold weather and just everything, my skin's just been really dry, so I've been really making sure I moisturize it a lot. And also I already know I'm going to get questions, where's your septum, da 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 da. It's just flipped up. I took some pliers and like opened up my ring because I literally could not flip it up, and so I took some pliers and I opened up the ring a little bit, and now I can flip it up. So that's exactly where it's at. It's just flipped up. So for concealer or foundation, I use one of these three. This is just a Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Fair Light Neutral, and this is the Born This Way Multi-Use Concealer in the shade Marshmallow, and this is the e.l.f. Caramel Concealer in the shade Fair Warm. I usually tend to use this one. This is the one that I use the most, so that's what I'm gonna use today. I just take this and I'm going to just spot conceal. I honestly hate foundation. I try my best to just spot conceal, but sometimes it ends up getting everywhere, but for the most part I just like to spot conceal. And then I'm just gonna take a beauty blender and just blend this in. And my skin has been pretty good recently, so spot concealing has been able to work. Now I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I feel like this one's just a little bit more heavy duty, and I'm gonna use this one on the pimples that just like literally won't cover, which kind of most of them because I can still see them peeking through. And then instead I'm going to use the Real Technique Expert Face Brush. Yeah, Expert Face Brush. This is my favorite one for like stuff like this. If you have like a really hard pimple to cover, try using this brush with your concealer. I don't know what it is about this brush, but it's so good. And then for my under eyes, I just use the Camo Concealer, and I just do a little dot right here, and then I also do some right here. Honestly, I get most of my like makeup tips or anything like that from TikTok now. I feel like, I don't know who gets their stuff from YouTube anymore. I don't know if that's just me, but I swear like all my makeup tips or anything that I learn about makeup now, it's all from TikTok. I'm sorry if you can hear the baby. He's kind of getting a little fussy, so if you hear any baby noises, any cars or anything like that, dogs, whatever, I'm super sorry about that. But anyways, usually, so for my nose, I usually try to stick away from putting any sort of like foundation or concealer on it whenever I'm like spot concealing or doing my face. And then when I do my under eyes, since there's not really any makeup on my nose from any of the rest of it, I will just use whatever's like left from my under eyes that hasn't really like blended in or whatever, and I'll just take that and kind of cover my nose. So that's kind of how I do that. I just use whatever's left over from my under eyes on top of my nose. And then since I do have a nose piercing, I have to really make sure I get around that just so that it looks normal. So now moving on to powder, I just use the Fit Me Loose Setting Powder in the shade Fair Claire. This is just my favorite one. It's the one that matches me the most. I ran out of it, so I had to go pick me up a new one, and I couldn't find it anywhere, so finally found it at Walgreens, and I just had to get it while I was there. But I just use a little brush and I just go in and just put this underneath my eye. I don't really bake because I feel like it just leaves my under eyes feeling way too dry. Sometimes I will, but for the most part I don't. I really just like take it and wipe it on with a brush. But now I'm just going to take a bigger fluffy brush and I'm just going to take the same powder and just kind of go over the rest of my skin. Then I use the Infallible 24-hour Freshware by L'Oreal and I just go in. I kind of broke it so it's like apart, but usually I'll just go in with the brush and I will apply this kind of anywhere where my acne is. So I just take my brush and go in and do a little bit extra coverage just so that I make sure it's covered up as best as it possibly can be. I prefer to just use powder foundations to really cover it up rather than using just like a bunch of liquids, just because I feel like it doesn't look as cakey. For bronzer, lately I have been using the Essence the Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder. I don't know why, but this has just been my absolute favorite bronzer to use recently. So I'm gonna go in with this fluffy brush. Usually sometimes I will use this for blush, but today we're gonna be using it for bronzer. So I'm just gonna take some and I'm just going to go in and put it right here. You can definitely tell that the blush is mixing through with the bronzer, so it looks super peachy, but that's more than okay because I kind of like that look. I honestly kind of want to start doing my makeup every day, or not necessarily do my makeup every day, but start getting ready more because I feel like I just feel so much more put together and just happier whenever I actually get ready for the day instead of just, you know, getting out of bed and doing stuff. I just feel more put together and more ready whenever I like actually get ready. Then I'm just gonna take a little brush and I just go in and do my nose contour. So I start and I just do a little bit at the bottom and then I go in on the sides. I know you're actually supposed to like contour on the top of it, but I don't know. And then to clean it up or make it like blended or whatever, I go in with that same brush that I use to do my under eyes and I just kind of take it and I'll go down the middle a little bit and just kind of blend the tops right here because sometimes that can look a little weird. And then for my blush, I'm just using the Balm Girl Power Blush Quad. Yeah, Blush Quad. And I just use this Eco Tools like angled brush and I just take these colors right here, take all of them basically. Blush is also something that I switch up a lot. I have a good 3 different blushes that I really like, so typically I'll kind of move around between the 3 and that's just kind of usually how I'll pick my blush. So today we're using the Balm, which is one of them, and I have this other palette that has like 3 different blushes in it, and then I have like a bronzer duo thing that I also really like. But for my blush, I don't just put it right here anymore. I kind of go like all over and get it a little bit on my eyes as well as like my temple, and then I use whatever's left over on the bridge of my nose. And then I know I look a little bit pink, so I go in with a little fluffy brush, just a powder brush or whatever, and I just kind of try to blend that out a little bit. And then for my highlighter, I use the Ofra X Nikki Tutorials highlighter in Glazed Donut. It just looks like this. It's super pretty. For my nose, I just use a little kind of domed brush like that, and I'll just go in and I'll take a little bit and I just apply some to the tip of my nose and then also the bridge of my nose. And then I also go in and I just take the same brush with some highlighter and do my inner corners, and then I'll go in and put a little bit underneath my brows. I know I haven't done them yet, but it's okay. And then for my cheek highlighter, I just take a little bit of a fluffier brush. Also, this brush as well as the brush I used to do my bronzer, they're both from Shop Miss A. Also, my beauty blender is from there as well. They have actually really good makeup brushes and beauty blenders. And then for my brows, I've been getting into the soap brow look, but I don't have like the actual soap or whatever. So right now I'm just using a eyebrow gel that I got in an Ipsy bag. It's just the Wander Beauty one, and I just take this and just kind of brush my eyebrows up. I really want to try the Anastasia brow freeze, but I just haven't pushed myself to go buy it yet just because I know it's probably going to be a little bit expensive since it is Anastasia. And then while I wait for that to dry, usually this is when I would either do lashes or I would do whatever else I'm gonna do. When I filmed it yesterday, I did put on lashes. I used these lashes right here. They just look like this. Hopefully y'all can see that and y'all can screenshot it or whatever if you want to try to get them. And then I also use the Duo Lash Glue. This is my absolute favorite one. I swear by it. It's the only one that I continue to purchase and buy. I love it. It's so good. Today I'm going to be doing a little wing and I'm just going to be doing some mascara. So I'm going to be using the Tarteist little eyeliner duo. I'm just gonna take it and kind of do a little flick like that and then just kind of fill it in just a small bit. And then for mascara, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys all the mascaras that I have because I feel like you guys are always asking me what mascaras I use, but this fluctuates. I literally just use whatever I'm feeling like using that day. So I'm just gonna kind of tell you guys the main ones that I do use because like I said, I fluctuate through almost all of these. So the first one that I have is this Black Magic Mascara. It just looks like that. Then I have the Bad Gal Bang. Then I have this Ciat Lende Triple Shot XXL Mascara. And then I also have the Tarte Surfer Curl. This one is not my favorite, but I still like it. I also have this Tresique one I just got, and it's actually really cool. It has a eyelash curler on the other side of it. So if you want to have mascara plus an eyelash curler and not pay for them separately, you could just get this and it has it both. Then I also use the Clinique High Impact Mascara. The Too Faced Damn Girl, this one's so good. And then this one, oh my god, this one's the like best mascara I've ever tried. It's the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions. So good, literally so good. But today I'm gonna use this one right here. So I'm just gonna go in with this little spoolie and just kind of brush out my eyelashes. And then I'm just gonna go in with this mascara and just use it like normal. So now that I have my first layer of mascara done, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my eyebrows. So I usually use one of these two products. So the first one being the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil in the shade Blonde. I use the Milani Dip Brow in the shade Taupe, and I use it in such a light amount that I guess it really doesn't matter that it's taupe. But lately I have been using this one. The other one is more so when I don't do my eyebrows like this, but when I do my eyebrows like this, I like to use the pomade. So I just go in with a little eyebrow brush and I just kind of get some on the brush, and then I just go in and kind of fill in the ends of my brows, just because the ends of my brows are more sparse than the rest of it. And that's literally all I do for my eyebrows. I just go in, kind of add a little bit of color to the end, and then that's literally all I do. I just go in and fill in the ends of my brows. That's it. And then I'm gonna go in with one last layer of mascara. Usually I do about 2 layers, so that's just what I'm gonna go in and do right now. Then I go in with a Q-tip and I just kind of use this to get off any extra little mascara that I got on my eyelid. And then the last thing I use is my lips. So usually I just use a chapstick. I honestly prefer just doing chapstick, but when I do stuff on my lips, I use the NYX lip liner in the shade Nude Daphne. And then I've been taking this Sugar lip gloss right here. It just looks like this, I don't know. And I've been putting that on top of it, and this is just in the shade Dragon Fruit. Before I was using this one, I was using the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Madeline, but I lost it and I can't find it, so I've just been using these two together whenever I do my lips. But like I said, my most favorite thing to just use is chapstick. So I'm just gonna use some Aquaphor and just put that on my lips. The baby's being really talkative right now, so I'm super sorry about that. But anyways, yeah, that is just the finished little makeup tutorial, makeup look, everyday makeup look. I don't know what it is, but this is just kind of what I will do when I do wear makeup. Yeah, it just looks like this. Pretty simple, pretty basic. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Do not forget to turn on your post notifications. And if you watched all the way through this video, go ahead and comment a flower emoji. It can be any of the flower emojis. Just go ahead and comment one down below. And yeah, with all that being said, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!